Hey everyone, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Teen Talk Live. I am so excited to be with you tonight. I missed last week because I was traveling. We had a powerhouse retreat in Maryland, and it was just so amazing. I'm glad to be here. I am your host, Ann Dillard, licensed marriage and family therapist. And tonight I just have something, I won't be with you long, just something short to share with you. I have a workshop coming up. Hey, Natalie, thank you for joining. I'm just going to check here, make sure that my sound is working and that everything is operating appropriately. Okay, I think I am. So, hey, Queen. Hey, Natalie. Nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Sister Kimball, thank you for being here. So, tonight, I don't have a guest, as you can see, but I just want to share some important things with you. You know, the holidays are coming, and a lot of people have stress entering into the holiday season. Hey, June, thanks for joining. And I just want to come on and give some tips. And also to remind you that my Healthy Relationship Workshop is coming up this Saturday. It's an all-day workshop, intensive workshop in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we're going to be talking about so many different components of healthy relationships. And one of the things that you will learn from coming to this workshop is that healthy relationships really begin with you. Taking an introspective look at yourself and defining and knowing your values, right, so that you can be in relationship with somebody else. A lot of times we take the reverse approach and we look at it from, that person is not good in relationship with me because of what they bring. So really, it's about you. So take some time, invest the time in yourself to be there and learn some good stuff. I feel really, really passionate about this workshop because I know that healing needs to take place in our families, in our communities, in our churches, just healing overall. And I think this is such good information that if people really apply the principles that will be taught, we won't have to keep cycling the same mistakes over and over and over again. And so I encourage you, if you haven't signed up yet, please sign up to be at that workshop. And if you need a scholarship, let me know, because it really isn't about the money. It's really about healing the community, right? So please let me know. Sister Sandy, thanks for being here. Michelle, thank you for being here. Hey, Anthony, thank you for being here. Sister Kimball, yeah, it's cold there, and I don't know what made me think that it was a good idea to go to Minneapolis in November, right? But I will be in Minnesota. I'm gonna pull out my heavy coat, and I'll have to put her on and come to Minnesota. Hey, Jackie, thanks for being here. I did say, I see Pastor Tim is on. Thank you for being here. Share this out because I'm going to share a few tips about navigating the holiday seasons, because everybody's now looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that. A lot of people are really, really experiencing stress around the idea of being with family, right? Because everybody's family is not just happy and looking forward to Thanksgiving meal and then sleeping and eating again and going Black Friday shopping. Everybody's just not looking forward to that. And some families are, but what do you do with the stress of the holidays? So I'm going to share about 5 tips with you. If you are here, let me know that you are here with me so I can engage you in this conversation. I'm going to share about 5 tips with you. Hey, babe, I see that you're here. Thank you for joining. How to navigate this holiday season, the stress of relationships during this holiday season, right? Mother-daughter relationships, husband and wife relationships, extended family relationships. Hey, Monica, thanks for joining. How do you navigate that? So I'm going to share 5 tips out with you as you come on. Let me know that you're here. Hey, Mama Quita, thanks for being here. So the first tip, hey, Sabra, thank you for joining. The first tip that I have is so simple. And a lot of times people are like, why, my husband, he was just making fun of me because I said the number one thing to do is to remember to breathe, right? When you're feeling tense, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling your body is giving you cues that you're not comfortable, remember to breathe, because breathing sends oxygen to your brain and help you access the higher level of thinking so you don't just go into survival mode. So remember to breathe. That's the number one thing to do. Remember to breathe, send oxygen to your brain, feed your brain, right? And the other thing, the number 2 is to set boundaries. Now, what are boundaries? I found that Brene Brown gave the best description or a definition of boundaries to me. She says boundaries is making clear what's okay and what's not okay. So make clear in your mind and to those around you what's okay and what's not okay. It's okay to have boundaries. Hey, Deacon Jones, thank you for joining. So it's okay to make clear in your mind what is okay and what's not okay, right? Because those are your boundaries. And remember to respect your own boundaries, okay? And sometimes, for example, you might be going to the family dinner, right? One of the things that you should make clear, especially if you know that you don't really get along or you don't have much tolerance for the stress that might pop off at the family dinner. So one of the things that you can do, something so simple as to provide your own transportation, so that you can leave when you get ready and you're not feeling like you're held captive or you're a party pooper because whoever drove you has to leave early because you're not feeling it, right? So something as simple as drive yourself and set a limit on how long you're going to be there, and stick to the limit. And if you're there and you're uncomfortable, again, go back to number 1. Remember to breathe. And if you feel like there are things you need to address, I like to run this thought in my head. If there's something that's happening, I like to say to myself, is this the time? Is this the place? And am I the one to address that? Right? So is this the time to do that? Is this the place? And am I the one to address that topic? Okay, because sometimes we get around the table and it's like everything comes out. But ask yourself and run this filter, run this filter. Is this the time? Is this the place? Am I the one to address it? Okay, so I think that's number 3. So number 4, self-care is so important. So stay healthy, right? Continue your healthy habits. Don't just abandon them because it's the holidays and say, okay, I'll start over on January 1st. Stay healthy as possible. And breathing, again, is part of staying healthy, right? Stay healthy during the holidays. Check in with your feelings. How are you feeling? A lot of times people experience symptoms of depression around this time of the year where it's colder, it's darker, it gets dark early. So, check in with yourself and don't just dismiss things. Have somebody that you check on and have somebody to check on you. Now, if you know that this is a hard time of the year for you and you struggle with these depressive feelings and isolation, have somebody check on you. Ask somebody to be, help you to be accountable and to check on you, because again, self-care is really, really important. Stay in touch with your feelings, validate your feelings, keep your healthy habits. And if you continue to eat healthy, chances are that will also help your feelings, your feeling of depression and sadness, right? So, and that's a legitimate thing. There's something that's called seasonal affect disorder. So people literally get sad around certain times of the year, and this is one of those times. Okay, so pay attention to that. And if you need to get professional help, you don't have to do it all yourself. Get professional help. Get somebody to help you put goals in place and walk through the holidays, because again, it's not a happy time for everybody. Right? If you have questions, just drop them in here. Hey, Lakeisha, thank you for joining. Yes, Mel, it's so important. It's so important that we stay on this and we keep it together and just don't abandon it for the holidays, right? So here's the other thing. Don't worry about having to do so much over the holidays. Take it in small dosages. Even if you're visiting with friends and families, you don't have to go to every Christmas party, every holiday party, every sale. You don't have to do all of that. Take it in small doses, right? And set boundaries for yourself and keep your own boundaries. And one of the things I wanted to say is, I think I'm at number 5, maybe number 6. I lost track. Babe, I know you're writing it for me. And I'm sorry, but I'm losing track. So anyways, what I was going to say is, I did say, keep those boundaries, take it in small dosages. And if you're raising teenagers, you're going to spend a lot more time together over the holidays. Try to avoid power struggles, right? And this is one of those things where you can run that filter again. Is this the time? Is this the place? Am I the one? Does it really need to be said? Does it have to be my way? So try to avoid those moments of power struggle, because it can really mess things up for everybody, right? I've realized, and I teach my clients this, when it comes to power struggles and teenagers, chances are most time you don't win, right? You don't win. And so take a different approach, right? And avoid those power struggles, right? Okay, so, and this one is really, really critical. This past weekend, I went to a financial seminar with my husband in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it was so good. And I got so many reminders attending this financial seminar. So I think this like the 6th tip that I'm giving you now. The 6th one is make a budget. Put a budget in place for the holidays. And remember that money does not replace relationships. Money cannot buy relationships. So make a budget and stick with it, and give of yourself as much as you can. You can't buy your way into people's hearts. It won't last, right? You can give stuff, and then you get sad when you overspend, and you have to make that money at the beginning of the year to pay your bills and things like that. So try to avoid that. Make a budget, stick with it, and give of yourself, or make gifts. I remember my kids and I, we used to make gifts sometimes when they were younger. One year we gave the neighbors, we gave them hand towels and monogram his and hers on it. It was a beautiful gift. So Lakeisha said, does having a schedule help with SAD, seasonal affect disorder? I believe so, because again, Lakeisha, with having a schedule, you can take things in, small doses. You don't have to do everything at once. you can limit yourself, you can set boundaries. And when you have a schedule and a written out schedule, a schedule that's written out, then you can keep tabs on what's going on, how you spending your time, right? And try not to overextend yourself. So I think keeping a schedule helps with that. And having a healthy diet helps with that as well. And some people need, when they are experiencing SAD, they need to go to a therapist. Some people go under a special light so that they get more light, more vitamin. I don't remember what vitamin that is, but that helps to bring their system, boost their system. So I know little about SAD, but not a lot. And if you want more information about seasonal affect disorder, if you notice that this time of the year you get in that mood, and you can pinpoint that pattern, I can find out more information about that for you. Okay, so let me review what I said. I hope I can remember what I said, but the first thing is remember to breathe, right? Because you're sending oxygen to your brain, and hopefully instead of being in a fight, flight, or freeze mode, you can access your higher thinking and think more rationally and more logically, right? But when you stop breathing, it's hard to access, or almost impossible to access that part of your brain, okay? And also set boundaries. What are boundaries? Boundaries are that's making things clear, what's okay and what's not okay, right? And taking care of yourself. Self-care is really important. Staying healthy, eating healthy, checking in with your feelings. And if you need help, get professional help. And drive yourself if you're going somewhere. You know, set limits on your time, drive yourself, remove yourself, excuse yourself when you're starting to feel like it's becoming too much. Take things in small doses. You don't have to do it all at once, right? Take it small doses and make a budget. Stick to your budget. Relationship is more important than what money can buy, right? So I have a question. And hey, Cherie, thank you for joining. And the question is, how else can you decrease anxiety of dealing with stressful relationship issues during the holiday? Wow, that's a really good question. And I'm going to be unpacking that question at our workshop that's in Minneapolis about how to help you get through the holidays with stressful relationships. Part of it, again, is setting boundaries, asking yourself, is this the time? Is this the place? And even deciding, do you need to participate in that activity, right? Do you need to go to that dinner? Sure, somebody might not like the fact that you are not participating, but is that what's best for you? So, you know, limiting the people pleasing stuff is really, really important. What should I do if something happens that is not okay? Leave or speak up. I think you can speak your truth, right? I think you can speak your truth and let people know where you stand. I think you can do it in a respectful manner and establishing boundaries so people know what your boundaries are. Boundaries, again, making clear what's okay and what's not okay. And if it continues to happen, you have the power to remove yourself from the situation, right? You don't have to subject yourself to the situation. So I believe you can speak your truth. Thank you for that question. So those are the tips that I have. And again, I want to encourage you to come to the workshop in Minneapolis. It's going to be Saturday, November 17th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Power-packed information. We're going to be talking about childhood communication patterns. We are going to be talking about what are your values, helping you to identify your values, that your core values. We're going to be talking about identifying healthy relationships, what's healthy, what's not, We're going to talk about emotional memories and how those trigger reactions and emotions in your body, how memories trigger that. And sometimes it's hard, even though we might say, okay, I've forgiven, okay. How do you get triggered again and feel like you're living the same thing over and over and over, right? So we're going to be talking about things like that. We're going to be talking about violence, domestic violence. What is domestic violence? What are different components of domestic violence? Because a lot of times if you're not healthy with yourself, then you have the tendency to attract unhealthy partners, right? With unhealthy behaviors. So we're going to talk about those things at the workshop that's coming up on Saturday. And there's still time to register. So I'm going to put the registration link in the comment section. And hey, Chris, thank you for joining. I'm going to put the registration link in the comment section so that you can register, right? So that is going to be Saturday from 10 to 2. It's going to be in North Minneapolis. It's going to be right behind Samuel's Avenue Eatery. So come out and join us and learn about healthy relationships and evaluate your relationships and learn things to do to help put it on a healthy path if it's not, or how to strengthen it if it's already healthy, okay? So thank you for joining tonight. I just wanted to pop on and give you those 5 tips about staying healthy in the stressful holiday season, keeping your relationships together, and navigating the stress of the holidays, okay? As you join in, let me know that you're watching, hit hashtag replay, and share this out. I'd love to connect with you, so I will leave my contact information in the comment section. All right, so I'm just gonna hang around, see if there are any more questions. Anybody else have questions about navigating the holidays? I would love to answer them for you. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off. So again, you know how to reach me if you need help navigating the holiday season. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy. See you in Minneapolis. Good night.